What's going on, guys? Dark Dada here, and we're playing some Battlefield 3 on Casmian Border. Playing a large format Conquest, 64-man. Although I don't think there's 64 players right now. You know, it was pretty late in the morning. It was like 3 or 4 in the morning. Which was funny, like, was when I first hopped in. I was playing with, like, Stone and NASA and all these other people. I don't know, like, right around, like, 10, 11 o'clock, I was playing like shit. Like, nothing was working. Like, everything was, I was just doing everything wrong. I was looking at the screen, and everything looked, like, weird to me. Like, I'm like, who are all these people? Why are they shooting at me? And what the fuck's going on? You know, I've been in choppers and jets so much, I've completely lost touch with, you know, the whole running around and shooting people with submachine guns. So, I don't know, I guess after a couple of hours of just, you know, actually getting back into infantry, I was doing just fine. And this game is, you know, it's one of those games where it's like, you know, you look at the score and you're like, ah, shit, we're going to lose. But I think if you just apply yourself and stick a shitload of mines on the ground, that you know, things can change for the better. You know, things can turn around, man. And yeah, I left Werther's Originals all over the damn place. You know, see, they're brown, or they're gray. That means they're poison. You know, they're bad. But please don't shoot them. You can run over them. It's fine, because you know you don't want to be there anyway. You want to be somewhere else. Mines are a great tool. You lose out on repair tool, but honestly, I think most engineers in this game don't ever get in vehicles anyway. So why do you need that repair tool? You never fucking use it, man. Just grab some mines. And what I do is I put them on cross streets. You know, I put them like, you see, that's a little line a tank will take, and I put some kind of around the middle, just so like if they're trying to avoid somebody, they can't move around, or if they're trying to like drive away, you know, to get safe, because you don't exactly know what happens when you hit a mine unless you're like you played this game for a while, and then you would know, of course. So I like to leave them in places where they would just naturally run into them, you know, because they're boosting, not like boosting as in like, you know, score, but they're hitting the boost button and they're going fast, and they'll just run over all of them and die instantly. Look at that. I just got to disable out of nowhere. And it's great. You just leave them there and you forget about them. Just go about your business. And while you're playing the objective, while you're PTFOing, you could PTFO to the max by just, like right here, this would be a good spot. Just throw, yep. See, look at that. I read my own mind. You just grab a couple mines, drop them right there, because a tank will drive through there. A buggy will fly through there. And they're not going to pay attention because they're so concerned about infantry shooting rockets at them that they don't pay any attention. God, sometimes I get shot by people. I get that guy back. I get that guy back. Don't worry about that. But that guy too. But and it really helps, you know, your score per minute and everything. And it helps your team out, man, because, you know, armor on flag objectives, if there's no one nearby, they can turn the tide. You know, if there's not an engineer or anything, they can really turn the tide and flush everyone out and make everybody have a bad day on that flag. So, you know, I think it's really important. And I don't generally like playing the engineer class because everybody plays it, but the thing is, like, it's kind of warranted. In Casmian Border, like, playing assault doesn't really have a tremendous amount of value, in my opinion. The map is just so large, you know. I don't know. In my opinion, I prefer to play assault on smaller urban maps. I might be off my rocker and completely wrong in this sentiment, you know, or just the fact that I'm not exactly being the team player that I always try to be by not running the medic class in this game mode. But yeah, that's right. Get road killed, son. But I just don't really find a lot of opportunities to revive people. Not in Casmian Border. Like, the more open, but yet but yet non-urban maps. I think it's a Canals, and the other one, Karg Island. I'll run Assault there because I think it's a valuable, because it's more infantry based. But this map right here is very vehicle heavy, you know. So I think it's, in my opinion, I mean, and this is just how I play, you know. In my opinion, I think it's better to run an engineer class. And they give engineers so much utility. I mean, although I am using an UMP, I'm trying to level it up for my recon class. You know, the carbines are incredible. I don't know if they're getting the nerf bad or anytime soon, but the carbines are just amazing. You know, they have amazing range, good damage, and you know so you're not exactly naked, but at the same time the class is kind of overpowered because, like in a map like this, I can freely run around the map and not worry about anything. You know, at worst, with this you know, current setup, choppers might pose a threat. That's it. That's the only thing I have to worry about. Tanks aren't really a big deal. I'm keeping most of these tanks at bay. I'm keeping them in check. You know, as a good engineer should, because you know, you can't let the armor overrun the map, because then the infantry will not be able to push up or anything. So there has to be checks and balances for everything. But and that's, but at the same time, when you take that just never gets old. When you take a class like this and apply it to a map like Karg Island, or let's say Grand Bazaar, you know, then it becomes a little unreal, because you have a rocket launcher and a carbine in very tight maps. You know, now it's like you're playing Quake, but except you're playing Battlefield 3, you know. You're playing an entirely different game, and I'm saying that because you have a very fast and powerful, you know, rocket, but you can't overbalance the class, because if you take the carbines away, the engineer would be very hard to use. Well, it wouldn't necessarily be hard to use because you need to run with your team, but at the same time, excuse me a second. Yeah, good stuff. But at the same time, you would definitely have to run with your teammates all the time, and you couldn't. And if you were squad leader or something, you would just have to change roles, because, excuse me, God, these people, they just don't learn. But you would have to change roles, because if you're squad leader, you can't push up by yourself. If you had a gimped weapon, you know, you would have to use a PDW or something. You couldn't use an engineer weapon. I'm saying if it was gimped, like, you know, like if it was a lot weaker, like if you had a battle rifle with just iron sights or something stupid like that, you know. If you just had a stupid nerf weapon, the infantry would overrun you and you wouldn't get anywhere. So you would have to change roles, and I think that's kind of the direction they're going with it. I don't really know. That's the thing. Balance is tough, man. It's hard. So, like I said, I think it's fine. It's just the rocket launchers are just a little excessive. And the other symptom of having too many, or the other effect of having too many engineers is the fact that, like, when you take a tank, that's right, we won, by the way. When you take a tank into a place like Operation Firestorm, you know, you cannot cap objectives with it without a dedicated repair. You will just blow up. So many rockets coming at you, you know. So that's another issue. Tanks aren't really in check. Tanks are hunted down like buffalo back in the Western expansion. But anyway, guys, that's it for now. Check soon for later. I got a couple more videos ready. I'm actually got some Blacklight Redemption gameplay I want to post up. But until then, guys, I'll catch you later. See ya.